Yeah. No, coming into tonight, just what are some things that you're kind of looking to get out of a game like this when it's not a D1 opponent?
Well, first off, I don't think we want to take anybody lightly. I think we have to start there, and especially right now, we are 0-2, so we need to find our way into the win column. But after watching our first couple games, and we've talked about it as a team, we've watched the film as a team, we need to find a way to continue to work on just the chemistry, just the playing together, the finding opportunities for each other, that kind of thing. And so every time we get to take the floor, it doesn't matter who it is, I think it's an opportunity for us to work on those kinds of things and just prepare us to get a little bit better for Summit League play.
Do you feel like the vibes of practice have changed at all since TCU?
No, I mean, I don't think we were surprised that we had two really tough games to start the year. We discussed this as a team. It's a tough schedule. It's not easy to win any game in Division I, and especially against Wyoming, who's a very good team. Grand Canyon just picked to win their league. It's not going to get any easier as we continue to go through this non-conference schedule. So, no, I think we understood that there's a really difficult challenge ahead of us, but the idea is just to get better.
Yeah. Have you guys talked about, like, toughness and grit at all? Like, did you have another conversation with them about that after?
Oh, yeah. Film is my favorite thing. And sometimes it's easy to like talk about, okay, we need to be tougher, but when you can actually show clips and say, this is what I mean. Here's a 50-50 ball that they ripped out of our hands. I want to be tougher and pull that away. Here they're posting us up and just backing us down, gaining ground. I want to be tough enough where that doesn't happen. So to be able to put concrete examples of this is what I mean by toughness, I think is helpful for us too.
Yeah. I don't want to single out the bigs, but it's only 2 games in. But how do you feel about their play so far?
You know, I don't think that I would point towards that position as being, like, concerning, to be honest with you. Yes, in Wyoming, they had, you know, Fertig had a ton of points inside, but schematically we're trying to get to the front. So, yes, our bigs need to get to the front, but our guards need to get to the help side. And I can show you 50-50, you know, half the times it's this, half the times it's that. So that's kind of what I'm talking about, just playing together as a team. I think a lot of times we look at that as the offensive side, but we're talking about that just as much as the defensive side.
Are you going kind of like goal-wise for your team just because there is so much newness still? Are you going like a day-by-day goal or a week-by-week, or kind of what is your just timeline of how you want to see your team progress?
You know, that's probably something we should do a little bit more because I learned this my interim year, which I'd like to still redact from the record. You have to find smaller goals in between. If your season is just about an end goal, that's so far out in the future. If we sit and talk about we want to go down to Sioux Falls in March is forever away. So, yes, we do have, you know, what is the goal here? And we sat and talked about them, and we have goals for the road, goals for home, goals, you know, of course, for the season, and every one of those makes their way towards that end goal. But, yes, we got to have those smaller goals so that we can celebrate small victories along the way.